Okay, so before I get too carried away with settling down and getting a shower and all that stuff, I wanted to do kind of a quick chat with me video about Athena's baby food, because I know a lot of people have been wondering what's up with that, which is totally understandable because a lot of people are, even still like having kind of a harder time understanding why she's still on baby food. And she's been eating only baby food for her whole life. She's a little over 2 years old now. But that's mostly because she has a well, we're still trying to figure that out. She's going to therapy for it. She's going to have a food evaluation or eating evaluation, whatever you call it, in January. And they're going to watch her eat, and they're going to watch how she chews food. Whatever it is, they want me to bring the food that she does eat, foods that we're working on getting her to eat, and foods that do make her gag. And we're going to do all that all in one day, hopefully on, I think it's January 3rd. And they're going to try to figure out where we should go from where Athena's at as far as eating goes. Basically, we still haven't figured out quite yet if it's a texture thing, if it's a taste thing. I think it's a little bit of both taste and texture. I think the general fact that we're trying to give her food, or try foods with her that are not the same consistency or not the same taste or flavor, whatever, as the baby food that she's been eating for her whole life. We do try different things on a semi-frequent basis. Like I've tried mashed cooked carrots. I've tried, the one that she likes the best is the mashed sweet potatoes blended up with water and put in with her regular baby food. We can't just give it to her straight. We can't blend anything straight. We can't do any of that. We can't just cook a bag of carrots and blend it with water and feed it to her. She will not eat it. She knows the difference, and that blows my mind. But I've gotten used to the fact that she's not going to eat anything that I blend for, even if it's simple carrots or bananas in water or anything blended up. She will not eat it if it doesn't come from her baby food jar. And sometimes with autism, if it doesn't come from the same cup, the same bowl, the same food jar with the same spoon, then they will not eat. And that's pretty much that. If it's a different texture, if it's a different taste, it's not good to them. They will, I'm pretty sure I have heard, me and my mom have both heard on a webinar by two doctors that said that a autistic kid's or any autistic person's primary emotion is fear. And if there is a change in their life, even if it's down to the littlest change of their food, they will become afraid, violent, or angry, or they will self-harm. They can beat their heads on a wall. They could lash out. They could claw. They could kick. They could bite. Or in most situations, they can force themselves to vomit. They could have a tantrum until they passed out. They will, like, I know in some certain situations, if it's different, you can't force them to eat it. They will not take it. I know if it was up to Athena to either starve or eat something a little different, she would starve herself. So that's just how the brain works. That's just how it is. And, it's frustrating and it's scary and sometimes it's exhausting and very expensive. But, that's her life. We're working on it. We got to build up to it. We have to get it to where she can expand her horizons and try to do other things differently, so that way she doesn't have to struggle later on in life and only be eating pureed food or baby food or whatever. So we are working on that. I do promise you guys we are working on that. We're working on that You know, if not every day, we're working on it every single week when I take her to therapy. Like I said, I'm going to try to thaw out some frozen sliced bananas, and I'm going to try to mix that with her baby food that she's eating right now. Sometimes I can puree certain foods, and I could add like spoonfuls, maybe just a few spoonfuls of that in with her regular baby food, and she won't notice it. But that's as far as I've gotten, and that's only with sweet potatoes so far. So, we got a long road ahead of us, but trust me, we are working on it. But I also kind of want to say that I feel very fortunate that Athena's not one of the percentage of children out there that have a disability or in any other situation where they have to be tube fed, and you know, or they will only eat one specific food. I have seen so many parents with autistic children online that have kids that will only eat one food, maybe two foods. I think just this last week I took Athena to therapy, and there was a new therapist there that she was meeting, and he said that one of his kids for a very, very long time could only eat two foods, and one of them was pizza. And I'm so glad, and I feel so lucky that Athena will only eat baby food, because baby food, all it is pureed, you know, like vegetables, fruits, meats, everything with just water. There's no added sugar, you know, that's all it is. And it could be so much worse. She could pick out a random food that she would only eat and eat that for, I don't know, like, she could pick, like, cheese or something. Can you imagine if she only lived on cheese? I mean, that would be horrible. Or if she only lived on yogurt, or if she only lived on pizza or hamburgers. I mean, like, I feel so lucky that she's picked a food where it's actually going to do her more good than harm. I do give her vitamin supplements in her bottle every day. We do supplement her with multivitamins, like liquid multivitamins with iron, magnesium, calcium, all of that stuff. I even got her some Pedialyte to put into her juice bottles that have some electrolytes in them. She does like Gatorade. We'll water it down a little bit sometimes, but she does like Gatorade. The only thing that we're worried about that she's not getting enough of right now is protein and natural salt. So, but we are trying to figure out a way that we can incorporate that with the food that she's already eating. And, yeah, that's pretty much it. If you guys have any more questions, though, like if you have any questions about her diet or, you know, anything like that, just comment below or private message me, anything like that, and let me know. So I guess that's about it. So I'll see you guys later.